They died. Hey guys, Tickbox, and today I will be discussing the 8.10 patch update for the tanks. This patch introduces a new line of Japanese tanks, two new Soviet mediums, and some new graphical settings. Now, let's start off with the Japanese tanks. At tier 1 we have the Renault Otsu. Now, here's a fair warning, first of all. I will be pronouncing the names of difficulty, so bear with me if you're picky about that. I'm just sorry. So we have the Renault Otsu. As far as my opinion goes, it's Renault. There's not much different about it. It has the stock APX like the other two. And then it has an auto cannon and a better gun after that. Basically, there's not much different between the tanks, really. Paper stats, 110 hit points. Not sure how much that is among the tier 10 tanks. Yeah, they seem to be average among the tier 1 tanks. Um, Speed limit, traverse speed, Renault. Still, hull armor, turret armor, still Renault. Basically, this is Renault painted this color and slapped on the emblem with some different guns. But it starts getting interesting after this. I'll be going through the light tank branch first for time reasons. And here's the Type 95 Hago. Now, originally, I think this was going to be the Take K, as I saw that in the original tree. I'm not sure why it was replaced, but it was. This tank is certainly faster than the Renault, and certainly has a better gun selection, a more interesting one. It has a 5.77 90 Type 97 gun, which is the top gun on the other tier 2 as well. So it's quite fast. It has paper armor. Basically, it should be expected of a light tank. As the low penetration howitzer light gun or the really quick firing the 98 Type 98. Let's see. Next up is the Type 98K knee. Now this tank uses its own gun. The type. Wait a minute. No, it uses the one of the guns from the Chi-Ha, I think. And this is the stock gun of the. Okay, I was doing something weird there. So uses one of the guns of the Chi-Ha. That's quite nice, and it's even faster than the tank before it, and has a smaller profile. So that's good. Hit points is somewhat around that tiers needed. And the turret armor is definitely better, but I'm not sure how much that matters really. 37s, both of them pretty decent for this tier. Not the best, not gonna destroy tier 4 tanks with ease, but it's good enough for its own tier, in my opinion. Next up is the Type 5K Ho. This tank is interesting. That turret looks familiar. I wonder why it looks so familiar. Now, this tank uses a tank gun Shin, which is 75mm, which has a pretty high um rate of fire, and I think this actually has the best penetration out of every tier 4 scout tank. It has a really great rate of fire and damage output, which this tank will be good since the M5 has better chances of penetrating tanks and successful penetration in that. That's quite a light tank you have here. You can act as support tank, or you can scout, as the speed on this thing's 50, which is quite fast. Now we're gonna skip back to tier 2 and meet the Chini. This tank has the same two guns on the Kenny, I mean Tago, and I'll be right back. I have to do something real quick. I got to go back. I have to do something there. Now, this is a more heavily armored Tago, in my opinion. It has the same gun selection, basically, except for this thing here. And aside from that, it's overall slower, but has more hit points and armor. Again, there's that 37 and the 57, so there's not much to say about this tank. Next up is the Type 97 Chiha. Yeah, you guys remember this tank, right? Right? And there's that turret again. I wonder if it has anything to do with this turret. Oh. So, this tank uses the same weaponry from the Type 2597 Jihad. Does it? Let's see here. There it is. Yeah, basically the same guns. So, you're going to be playing this like you would play the Type 2597, like the Chinese Jihad. So, kind of disappointed there's no difference between the two, but just to make sure, let's see here. Yeah, don't mind the background noise. Next up is the Type 1 cheat, hey? And, starting to change colors. Stop it! Stop changing colors on me! So this is Type 1 cheat, hey? Uses a 75mm gun, like the... Actually, there's not a lot of tanks at this tier that use the 75. Well, medium tanks at least. There's the Lee, which uses the 75. And, I think that the Valentine, that's not a light, that's a light tank though. So I was just getting a drink there. Paper stats, pretty nice. Health force teacher. Speed is better than that of the Jihad, most indefinitely. But this tank can mount the 57mm tank gun Shin, like the KO, but the 75 has poor penetration, so you have to decide between those two, damage or penetration. So this tank has the same gun from the KO, which means you can play it like a really big light tank. Just make sure you don't actually run out into the open like a light tank, or try a passive scout like a light tank early in the game. So this leads to Type 3 Chinu. Yeah, I wonder if it has anything to do with this guy. Oh ho ho. Anyways, this tank has the Type 5 gun, which has quite the rate of fire is as good as its counterpart gun. Yeah, better stats overall, pretty much at that rate of fire. So its ally has a slightly less damage output, slightly inferior in stats. However, the rate of fire has that going for it. So does it have the same gun from here? Let's see. Let's compare it with its premier counterpart. Yeah, they're the same gun. Essentially, yeah, they are the same gun. So you're gonna be playing this like a Chi Kai, essentially. This leads to Type 4 Cheeto. And there's that turret again. Huh. This uses the Model 1 gun, which has a much better rate of fire than this. I think this is what Japan specializes in. Fast speed and rate of fire. Because the rate of fire and speed just keep stacking on each other, really. Now, this thing's paper stats. Its health is almost twice as much as that of the Chi Nu. And let's compare it with another tank. I don't know, you got here first. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how much health all of them have, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the highest totals you're gonna get as deleted. Not sure, but Cheeto, great speed by the way. Better than that of the Cheeto. Actually, no. Wait, what? Better than that of the Chi Nu, pretty much. This then leads to Type 5 Chi-Ri, which, oh my god, that's a big tank. That right there is the Type 137mm gun as well, I think. I don't know, but it's slower, however, it has something special about it. It has an auto-loading tank gun Type 5 75mm gun, 3-round clip. I mean, 3-round load, clip, magazine, whatever you call it. The tank has okay penetration, not sure if it's good for its tier. Let's check on something like the Panther. Yeah, it's sort of poor. I'm not exactly sure yet. Compare it to the Persian. Yeah, it has poor penetration. However, that auto is really compensates a bit. This is a really big tank, so you might wanna keep it far from as many as possible and let it use its clip to its full ability, as you're not gonna be playing peekaboo to your best effectiveness in this tank. You're just gonna be using the autoloader. Next tank is the STA-1. I wonder what that turret's from. I wonder what that roof gun's from. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Totally doesn't look American to me. Ha ha ha. Yeah. This has a 90mm gun. Yeah, enough said. God. It's a 90mm gun. Let's compare it to another tier 8 tank. Like this one. I think I accidentally compared the Chi-Ri to the Persian. Crap. Let's compare it. A better rate of fire, better penetration, better accuracy, less weight. That's quite an impressive gun you got there, sir. So there's the one. Let's and it's 200 more hit points. Speed limit's pretty nice, better than that of the Chi-Ri. Random frame drop there, weird. I'm dropping frames like crazy. Why is that? I don't know. Okay. So this then leads to the Type 61, my favorite tank of all time. Really, this tank has more hit points, of course, and it has better engine power, making it faster. It also has this 105mm gun. What other tier 9 medium tank has a 105mm gun? It couldn't possibly be the Centurion MK71. So, here we go. That's better rate of fire. Worse penetration, however, and this guy has more accuracy. So, it's still an impressive gun. You can basically just sit a little bit behind the main advance and shoot. Really. Well, yeah, there's that. It's better improvement of the STA. And this is the STB-1. I wonder if this looks like a leopard or not. I don't exactly have it with me. I've been in that ground long ago. So let's see here. It has that same gun, 105mm, with a better rate of fire, I think. Does it? Yeah, it has a better rate of fire. You can also, well, yeah, I forgot to mention, both these things have APCRs as standard ammo. So that sounds like another tier 9 and 10 medium tanks with 105mm guns. Haha. I don't know if they do have APCR. They're main ammo, actually. This tank is actually even faster than the Type 61s, making it for a very effective flanker, in my opinion. Nice. Traverse speed helps a bit. Now, then there's two USSR mediums that lead off of the Object 416. This is the Object 430 version 2. It's a weird face turret. What can I say? It's armed with the T4054, which on the T4054. I don't know if I said that right. Let's see. Yeah, same gun on the Type 4054. It's just has a weird facing turret. The turret armor. What is this? It has more turret armor than the actual gun's penetration. What is this? And very well angled turret as well. It's more spherical really. But what is this? Oh god. So unless they shoot your hole right here, which I can imagine leads to about 130, 40 millimeters effective armor if at that angle. But that turret's gonna be trollish. Unless they shoot from behind, of course. Then you're dead, essentially. This tank leads to the Object 430, which is the smaller version of the small version of the Object 140, which is a smaller version of the T62A. So they're getting smaller, people, more compact, but can it do better? Well, it's a great ultra speed, that's for sure. Does this have a great that? Yeah, no, I think so. So the gun. Oh look, same gun on the other two. Okay. Not sure if they have better stats. And it also has APCR as its standard ammo. I wonder what this. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna make that joke anymore. So that's basically it, really, for the tanks. That's when we have to talk about these graphical settings. Now, there are two new things, as far as I'm aware. There's color filter, which adds different colors to the game, and then there's motion blur, which is motion blur. There's not a lot to say about motion blur. Yeah. So this is basically it for the 8.10 patch. I will be releasing test run vehicles by tier rather than individual tanks for time constraints. Really, I want to get most of these done before the next patch for the patch ends and they make a new version of this patch to test again. So, I'm thank folks, and I'll see you later. See ya.